Till my headphones went out. I've been thinking. I don't got no charger. Ooh, yeah, I got to have it too. But this ain't gonna go good. Yes, sir. Cause you know this is my writing utensil. Boom, 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 ba-dum, ba-da-doo. Boom, 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 ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-dum, ba-da-doo.
ROJAY is the way you
I've been thinking a lot about everything we've been dreaming. Will we ever make it out of this season? Where we seem like we're defeated and we taking beatings and life keeps repeating. So I get on my knees to pray and ask the Lord why would you give us all these gifts and then hang them out to dry? I would think that you would only want the best for us, but everything is at its worst and we can't take no more.
I don't think it's God, he's done nothing wrong.
So you telling me that we're in control of it?
Let's look at ourselves, we're the ones that fall.
We gotta step it up and get on with it. Let's do this. It's time to stop making excuses. Let's suck it up and go make it happen.
The only thing that you never have is what you grab. The only thing that you never have is what you grab.
Let's do this. It's time to stop making excuses. Let's suck it up and go make it happen.
The only thing that you never have is what you grab. The only thing that you never have is what you grab.
Oh, we cooking with drinks.
Sorry.
You good, baby?
Let me get where I'm at. What did you say? Let me hear it. I'm gonna say all right. Well, you starting it.
Where you want me to go? I'm gonna start at 61 every time from now on.
Okay,
All right, you good, baby? Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
I can see it, how to achieve everything we've been dreaming. But first of all, babe, you gotta believe it. Tap into what's in the inner, just keep thinking bigger. Remember you're a winner, now stop acting like the end game is just magic. Don't you think this is predestined? God prepared us for this madness. You've been tested, tried and passed it. Take them hits like you a savage. Hold your head up, babe, don't panic. If we work hard, we will have it.
Let's do this. It's time to stop making excuses. Let's suck it up and go make it happen.
The only thing that you never have is what you grab. The only thing that you never have is what you grab.
Let's do this. It's time to stop making excuses. Let's suck it up and go make it happen.
The only thing that you never have is what you grab. The only thing that you never have is what you grab.
Till next time, we out.
Bye, you guys.
All right. This a spot, ain't it? Come on, content.
Ain't that crazy? Look.
That is actually pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through those real quick and show my.
Shoot! I be like, man, all these snaps. They be like,
There it
blink, blink,
is.
blink.
It's in the sampler. We can go ahead and just like that. Done. Thank you guys so much. Really.
I be pissed off.
All right. Aside from, and
go
as you
through
guys
something
can
some
see,
of them
I
we
can
play.
go right in here
Yes.
and I can go to my snares. And when I
Dwayne, I know where to go. I found this. Like a drummer. Like a drummer. Add the triangle and the wah, second half. That's the one. Oh, Jesus. That's a body. Like the church people say, I'm not gonna be before you long. Hold on. What's goody? How y'all doing? Y'all come in. Vincent, what up, bro? Vincent, I gotta talk to you soon, man, because I might have some stuff for you, brethren. But hopefully you still good for that service that I told you about, though. That Saturday morning service. But right quick, hold on, let me share it. Let me share it real quick. Perfect. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get it going. I just shared it, and the first thing I want to say is to everybody who's watching this right now, to everybody who's gonna hold on. There we go. To everybody who's watching this right now, and to everybody who's gonna watch this later, the truth of the matter is, let me fix my hat. Y'all know I'm always tripping about my hat. The truth of the forget it. The truth of the matter is, I want everybody to know that everybody that's watching this right now and everybody that's gonna watch this later, you don't have to do what people expect you to do. You do not have to do what people expect you to do. What am I saying? We all have different environments, different cities, different states, different towns, different cultures, different backgrounds, different families that we've grown up in. When you grow up in a certain place, there's a certain way people do things. There's a certain accent that you have. There's a certain demographic that you come from. There's a certain income status of your family. There's a certain grocery store y'all go to. There's a certain type of music that most of the family listen to. There's a certain set of beliefs and philosophies that most of the family have. When you grow up, when anybody grows up, period, when you're being raised in an environment that is full of systems, ideologies, ideas, and beliefs that are baked into the majority of the people in your family, in your church, at your school. Most people in your family think the same. Most people at your church think the same. Most people in your school think the same. And every now and then, there's a person or a group of people who come along that ask questions about their church, their family, and their school. Why do we believe this? Why do we have to do this? Why do y'all only listen to this? Why can we only wear this? Why do y'all only talk about this? These are questions that we should not be afraid to ask. And although it may be offensive to some to even have those questions, there's nothing wrong with having questions. It's nothing wrong with seeing how you were raised and how you were brought up and wondering, thinking, or even pursuing something different. All your family were mechanics. You want to be a nurse. All your family went to a Baptist church. You want to go to a non-denominational church. All your family shopped at Piggly Wiggly. You want to shop at Food Lion. If you were from where I'm from, those are two grocery stores that actually exist. Depending on where you're watching this from, you never heard of it in your life, but that's okay. But what's the point I'm trying to make? You don't have to do what they expect you to do. You don't have to go to the college that all your brothers went to. You don't have to stay in the church that all your family grew up in. You don't have to work a 9 to 5 just because that's what everybody else think is safe. You don't. What I'm saying right now could be very controversial, depending on who's listening to this. It could be very offensive, depending on who's watching this. But the truth of the matter is there are people in bondage because their environment has made them feel like they are not going to be accepted if they don't continue to do what's being done around them. And I'm saying that there's a tribe of people out there waiting for you to evolve into who you've been called to be outside of what your norm is. With those sets of norms comes a certain set of expectations. And what I'm saying is, you don't have to do what they expect you to do. Everybody in your family went right, so they expect you to go right. You actually can go left. It may ruffle feathers. You have to have the strength to endure being ridiculed for going the opposite way of your entire family, but you don't have to go right. If you feel like God has called you to go in a different direction, if you feel like your life will be better if you go in a different direction, if you feel like you want to level up your thinking and you've noticed the way people think around you, nothing's wrong with it, but you want greater, you want more. Tammy, what's up? It's okay. It's okay to say, you know what, Mom? I know how you were brought up and I know what you used to, but I see myself doing something a little different. It may hurt Mama's feelings in the short term, but it can save y'all's relationship in the long term because you won't resent her for making you feel like you had to do what has always been done. Same thing with the guy. He may be in a situation with his dad where he like, Dad, I don't want to work for the company. I want to start my own business in tech. I know y'all been making tires for the last 20 years, but I really have a gift of technology and I really know how to code really well. And I really want to start a tech business, or I want to create my own app. It is okay to not do what they expect. In order to live your best life, in order to fulfill your purpose, sometimes you have to do the opposite of everything you've ever seen, everything you've ever been taught, and everything you've ever witnessed. Sometimes you have to do more than everything you've ever seen, everything you've ever been taught. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes the requirement to get what you've been called to is doing things different than the people in your city, in your region. I'll use myself for an example. Born and raised in Eastern North Carolina, the South, Quartet Central, both sides of my family, quartet groups, both my daddy and my mama, families. Both of their families had a quartet group named after the family. The last name, the Jackson family is a quartet group. The Lewis family, a quartet group. I'm a musician, the product of a man and a woman who both are in families that have quartet groups. So automatically, me becoming a musician and me becoming a producer, it is the automatic assumption from everybody around me that I should be a quartet producer. And I am. I have been. And the older I got, the more that I've been around, the clearer it became that I'm capable of more. Is that offensive to some? Yeah. Is that frustrating to some? Yeah. Is that exceeding some people's expectation? Yes. Is that ruffling some feathers? Yes. But guess what? That ain't none of my business. And I refuse to live an unfulfilled life so that I can measure down to what you expect. Because it ain't even measuring up. I would like to measure up to my fullest potential versus measuring down to your expectation. Superstar. And the thing I want to share with everybody that's watching this now or that's going to watch this later. You can move with grace and peace and integrity where that doesn't have to come with negative energy from you. It doesn't have to have a forget all y'all energy. It can have a, yo, I really see myself doing some dope stuff that's outside of this. And I'm going to go pursue it. I'm going to go explore it. I'm going to go maximize my potential. I'm going to go study some stuff that I haven't seen around here. I'm going to go study some industries that people around here are unaware of. I'm just going to go see. And when I started listening to different music, like I could when I got ready to create music, I was creating music that sounded more like other stuff than the quartet gigs. Like, of course, I've always been like, I used to set up my keyboards and pretend I was playing with the spiritual voices. I used to go to quartet concerts and play the drums and sit behind the drummers. And I used to watch Memphis 2 every day. Is quartet beneath me? No. Is the genre beneath me? No. Is producing quartet records beneath me? No. But guess what? I'm in a place where I know that I'm capable of more than that. What up, Brittany? I know that I am capable of more than that. And I'm not going to feel bad pursuing more than that. And I'm not going to let how people feel about it take me off track. So I want to encourage people to be able to endure the, you think you all that. You think you better than us now. Who you think you are. It don't take all that. You ain't gonna make it in that. We ain't never did that. That ain't who we are. That's not who y'all are. Correct. That doesn't mean that's not who I am. That's not who y'all are. So you have to get to the point where you like, yo, man, I just see different. Right, Brittany? You got to get, and I'm encouraging everybody, like, get to the place where you like, yo, I just see different for me. Okay. I know I grew up in this little town where y'all only go to this grocery store. I'm about to go to another city and try this grocery store. I'm going to see what Sam's Club is about. I know y'all only been going to Piggly Wiggly. I'm going to just go see what Sam's Club talking about. Hey, that's the vibes. Hey, I know y'all only eat regular butter. I want to see what that honey butter talking about. Yo, it's okay. It's okay to not do what they expect. It is okay, man. There are so many people dying internally just so that certain people will be okay. Chris, what up, my brother? Hey, honey, listen, I didn't even know, man, listen. Brittany, that honey butter go dumb. I know y'all used to the regular Ryan's regular butter on the thing, but boy, some restaurants that you get that honey butter, that junk go dumb. But yo, it's okay to not do what they expect, y'all. I'm telling you, man, like, I'm telling you, there are some people who are extremely supportive of me and what I do. There are some people who are confused by what I do. And there's some people that just straight up don't like it. And to be honest, the best way to really damn, you're like, yes. See, I don't even know about strawberry butter. See what I'm saying, superstar? I gotta get on that. Hey, please do that. That'd be amazing, Chris. I'm reading the comments, y'all. Sorry. Hey, Brittany saying, you know what they can do. But yeah, it's like, y'all, it's okay to not do what they expect. There's no other way to put it. Like what was I saying? There's so many people who are dying internally so that somebody can be okay. Mama, daddy, grandmama, auntie, the person that raised them, peers. There are people who are dying internally to ensure that somebody else is comfortable with their life. No, sir. We don't get but one of these. You only gonna walk the earth one time in this body. And to live this life, not reaching your fullest potential so that you don't make somebody else uncomfortable. I want to go to medical school, but I'm a minister and they want me to preach. I want to be a producer, but I got to stay being the minister of music at my grandma's church. I want to be an artist, but my family think that painting is sinful. I want to be on social media, but my daddy think that you can't build a real business on social media. Man, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. No, that's not fair. That's not fair. Hey, facts. Hey, facts. Hey, that's a good question, Brittany. But yeah, it's like, you don't have to do what they expect. Your destiny, your breakthrough, your fulfillment, your peace, your happiness, your new career is on the other side of the forget them gate. It's on the other side of the I'm gonna do what's best for me gate. There are a lot of miserable people who I literally I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all some truth. There are people out here that don't do the things that they wanted to do until they 45 and one of their parents passed away. So now they don't feel the pressure of their parents' judgment on their shoulder. It's some people who wait for their parents to pass away before they pursue a thing so that they won't have the pressures of those hard conversations on the phone because of what their parents expect or the harsh, mean way that they communicate their opinions. There are grown people who have avoided things that they know in their heart they should do so they won't hear their grumpy parents on the phone. Like, yo, What Brittany say? Follow your own heart avenue. Hey, facts. Facts. I want to encourage everybody on here to be brave and be okay not doing what people expect. Be okay. Like, yeah, it may come with backlash. It may come with resistance. It may come with people disowning you. It may come with people gossiping about you. But be about you. And like I said, it don't have to be no negative putting up the middle finger type of energy. It don't have to be no looking at people sideways when you see them because they don't like what you're doing. Be peaceful about it. Be integral about it. Be chill about it. Be graceful about it. Smile when when you see the people who think you charge too much, smile. When you see the people who think it don't take all that, wave at them. Because at the end of the day, they are projecting onto you how you should be because of what they are afraid to accomplish. They scared, they're incapable, they're not versatile, they don't have the mindset, they don't have the resources, they don't have the discipline. Therefore, based on the fact that they don't meet the qualifications to succeed at what you're pursuing, so they're going to automatically think you can't do it. No, you can't do it. They ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Hey, Brittany, you'll go off. Hey, Brittany, you'll go off. Brittany said, I don't need to go. Hey, but listen, yo. A superstar is real life. There's people out here that they live trying to manage and maintain a lot of resentment and regret. A lot of resentment and a lot of regret because they lived a life that was palatable for 1, 2, 3 people to speak well of them. Don't follow somebody else's blueprint, man. Because they done lived their life. It's not fair. It's not right for them to put that kind of pressure on you. And I'm giving you permission to break the chains. I'm giving you the permission to break the chains. Brittany said I can heal told her this whole week. Hey, I'm here to give you permission to break the chains, man. You don't have to do what they expect you to do. Turn them loose. Nah. Yo, you don't. And it's like, man, there's people who like do not reach their fullest potential. Not because they weren't capable, but because they chose not to pursue certain things so that certain people will be okay. So they wouldn't have to hear the mouth of certain people. So they wouldn't have to be ostracized by a certain crew of people. Listen, Harvey Watkins said, I'll go if I have to go by myself. If my mother don't go, if my father don't go, if my sister don't go, if my brother don't go, I'll go if I have to go by myself. You have to decide that destiny fulfilled alone is better than destiny not fulfilled in a crowd. I'd rather destiny be fulfilled alone, because if I have to walk a path alone to get to what God has called me to be, my tribe will meet me at the end. I believe that with all my heart. But just standing here with y'all, with nobody moving and people. The crazy thing is, people who with them strong opinions and carrying on, like Brittany said, They don't be doing nothing. You got all the time in the world to say what people should or shouldn't be doing because that's all you got. You have a lot to say because you have energy to talk. You have time and energy to talk. I'm out here doing what I got to do to be who I've been called to be. Listen here. I actually don't have time to care how you doing what you doing. And I want you to give me that same respect for yourself and for me. Do something with your life so that you don't have to make me diminish mine. I'm not diminishing my life so that your life can feel more significant to you. I'm not doing that. You got to be over there by yourself on that. And it's listen. This mindset can rock. It can rock boats, guys. It can rock family boats. It can rock church boats. It can rock friend boats. But let me tell you something. I'd rather rock the boat on the way to where I'm supposed to be than just be floating here still with y'all comfortable people. And like I said, I'll go back to me because I'll always crucify myself so that y'all can be free. Some people love what I'm doing. Some people don't like what I'm doing. I know how I grew up. I know what certain people expect. But then I know what's in me. I know what's in me. Is there anything wrong with how other people think? No. Is there anything wrong with what other people are? No. So what is the problem? Thinking that I'm supposed to be that because y'all are that. That is the problem. Because if you're content there and you doing your thing, that's actually amazing. But just because you're doing your thing there doesn't mean I'm supposed to do it too. If I can do something different, even if it is perceived as more higher up than what you're doing, be content with what you've been given so that you don't have to hate on me. Because I'm not about to, if God called you to make $100,000 a year, if he called me to make $500,000 a year, I'm not going to stick with 100,000 so that you can have a equal income peer. I'm finna go get my money. I don't know what you talking about. You not. Yo, man, it don't even take that much money to live, man. I'm living off 100,000. Well, God might have called me to bless people with a lot. I need that other 400,000 because of what he's called me to do. I got more to do than you, buddy. And I'm going to do it. What did you talking about? Give me my bread. I don't know what Lord, you doing what you doing for them, that's them. Hey, run me mine. Hey, he don't want me to have it. He want me down there with him, but that ain't me. You ain't build me that way and you got more for me and I want it. I would like it. Am I better? No. Is he or she worse? No. That's gameplay. No, I'm not asking the Lord for $500,000. I used an amount of money as an analogy, as an example, to say that it's not fair for people to project their limitations or lack of vision on you. You don't have to do what they expect. Yeah, I may be from North Carolina where everybody that produce makes quartet music. Yes, you did, but it's all good. I'll explain. Hey, we got somebody on Twitch that came in late. What I was saying was, all of us come from, I'm going to start over because it was good. All of us grow up in systems. All of us grow up in social norms, whether that's where you, city, state, zip code, community, church, school, district. Like, there's a certain formality, there's a certain systematic infrastructure in play in all people's lives. So eating a certain thing, cooking a certain way, going to a certain church, believing certain things, having a certain mindset, thinking a certain thing about a job, a 401k, benefits, all kinds of things that we become social norms. And what I'm saying is, every now and then, there's a person or people who think different than that. Sometimes you have a family of people. Like, I know a family right now. They grew up, all of them grew up together. They sing, they play, they write, they do their thing. And one of them moved to another state, a musician, doing a phenomenal job, playing on big stages, doing big records, writing songs for artists that are on a whole different level in a whole different genre than his family. His family's doing amazing. He was just built different. And in order to do what he felt he needed to do, he went away, and he's extremely successful. He come back home when it's important. But other than that, he be in his world doing his thing. I'm sure some of his family loved it. Some people just miss him, and some people hate it. There are some people who love it. Like, yo, oh my God, I'm so proud. There's some people like, yeah, that's good, but I wish he was here. And then there's some people like, who he think he is. You cannot be moved. Here is the thing about sustaining in situations where you're doing something different. No matter if you're praised or no matter if you're kicked to the ground, you cannot be fazed by either opinion. You cannot be moved by either extreme. Because here's the thing. When you're doing what you've been called to do, you're not doing it for approval or disapproval from anybody. So whether they're shouting hooray, hooray, or stone him, either way, both of those responses to your calling are irrelevant. And in order to stay mentally stable, emotionally stable, to have the endurance, is to not give either one of those energy. You have to say, man, I'm humbled that people think that much of me. And then you have to say, wow, I'm sad that people can't see what I'm doing enough to understand that it's valuable. Next. Because what can happen is you can end up forfeiting what you've been called to do or getting on your high horse. You can become depressed or arrogant if you give any one of those opinions too much attention. So you have to take the praise and the condemning with a grain of salt. Hey, I'm just here to do what I've been called to do, to reach the people I've been called to reach. And whoever that is, it is. However much money that makes, it makes. However many people it impacts, it impacts. I am grateful to be using my gift, my talent, my knowledge, my resources, whatever it is, to serve the people who God have called me to, whether it's 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, or a million. Whether it's $100,000 a year, whether it's $50,000 a year, whether it's $500,000 a year. This is my tribe. This is my gift. This is my platform. Hey, this is my vibe. Somebody may be right here, down here. Somebody may be up here. I love you. I love you. My lane, my income, my resources, my influence, my tribe, my blessings, my triumphs, my downfalls, my struggles, my pitfalls, my insecurities. Everything about my life is what God has for me. Everything that he wants me to learn and everything that he wants me to teach is custom to me, to whoever he wants to use through me. No matter how low or high anybody else is, that ain't got nothing to do with me. No matter how much people praise me or condemn me, that ain't got nothing to do with me. No matter who thinks I should not do, don't deserve to do, or am not good enough to do, ain't got nothing to do with me. These just are opinions of people who are watching and giving feedback. That ain't got nothing to do with what I'm supposed to be doing. Every day I got to get up and do what I'm supposed to be doing. Whatever happens from that, happens. All things work together for the good of them that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. If I'm living according to his purpose, all things are good. I'm going to stay neutral. I'm going to stay focused, and I'm going to stay grateful for all of the lessons, all of the W's, all of the L's, and I'm not going to give too much energy to what nobody think, because that ain't none of my business. But what I will not do is lower or forfeit my calling, my destiny, forfeit what I've been called to do to accommodate to your level of thinking, comprehension, none of that. If you can't think further than that, that ain't on me. If you don't charge more than that, that ain't on me. If you don't see yourself operating in a new market, that ain't on me. If you don't want to learn how to use social media, that ain't on me. And I'm not about to get down there with you. I'm just not. And it's not fair that you expect that. If you capped at a certain place, that's your cap. That ain't my cap. You do not have to do what they expect you to do. You don't have to do what they expect you to do. Yeah, I know all y'all preach. I want to sing. Yeah, I know all y'all in the tire business. I want to build an app. I know all y'all, whatever, in pharmacy. I want to do this. I know whatever. It could be anything. I know all y'all shop over here. I want to shop. It could be the smallest thing, like, yo, Jesse, what is good? Jesse, what's up, man? Y'all, shout out Jesse. Shout out Virginia. Shout out Brothers in Christ. I played on one of his albums when I was very, very young. I ain't gonna never forget that. With Ray downtown. I remember the songs too, for real. Do you ever take the time out just to say thank you? Hey, do you ever take the time out? All right, I'm sorry. Yeah, y'all go check that out. It's Brothers in Christ. It's an old album. They got on like, it's light blue and they look like they standing on some rocks. The song is called Thank You, I think, and it start off with a bass. Y'all go check it out. But yeah, you do not have to do what people expect you to do. I'll give you a perfect example. Like Jesse right here. Jesse got a quartet group from Virginia, right? Don't none of these songs sound like quartet songs in real life until you get to the vamp. People could have told Jesse, your music sucks because it is not traditional quartet. If Jesse were to say, yo, man, they right. My junk ain't traditional. Maybe we ain't really no quartet group. Maybe you are whatever you are, Jesse. Forget what they are. They got they sound, they got they tribe. You ain't them, they ain't you. How about you do whatever? If all your group can sing is 3-part harmony, basic from the 1 to the 5, and your keyboard player don't know but 3 chords, that's on y'all. Make what you can with that. If my group can do more than that, we don't think we better than y'all. We just have some people in this group that have some amazing gifts. That's our sound. Let us have our sound. You have yours. You're doing an amazing job. You have a certain group of people who love your songs. So do we. Yo, why can't we both coexist? If my sound reaches 10,000 and yours only reach 5,000, well, sorry. That's just like life. That's life. Some things are more popular than others. Some things people gravitate towards more than others. Some things are more popular than others. Some things have greater reach than others. That's just life. Wow, Jesse said label said they didn't know what to do with us. Now you don't want no label. Now you don't even want no record deal, Jesse, because it's pointless. It's pointless to even have a record deal. Crazy thing is, so many groups are influenced by the sound of Brothers in Christ now. And Jesse, oh my God, this is good. There are so many groups. This is a good example. Boy, I'm so glad Jesse came up here. There are so many groups right now who've patterned themselves after the sound of Jesse's group, from a place of homage, from a place of respect, from a place of honor, from a place of stealing, from good and bad reasons. There are people who have taken Brothers in Christ sound and evolved. And us young people, we love it. Hey, we love it. It's smacking to us. And it's like, now there's a whole new group of people who have an appreciation for contemporary quartet when that didn't even used to be a term. Until people like Jesse decided, I mean, I like the drive, but can we play this bass line instead of this one? Or I like the feel, but can we sing this harmony instead of this one? Or I like the tempo, but can we do these changes instead of these? We are all unique people who have been called to different sectors of people, different tribes of people. And we are not of service to the world if all of us have a restaurant that serve the same exact food. People don't have choices. Listen, whatever you've called me to do, however you've called me to do it, God, I'm down. That's going to be offensive to some. That is going to be a joy to others. And I can't be moved by either opinion. I can't be moved by either sector of people. And at the end of the day, I don't have to do what anybody expects me to do. I don't have to do what anybody expects me to do. I don't have to do more than I'm doing or less than I'm doing. Because I didn't even talk about the people who say you should be doing more. I didn't even talk about that. That's a whole nother thing. There's just like there's some people who say who you think you are. There's some people who say you ain't doing enough. There's some people who like, hey man, you should be doing more. You only post once a day. You should be posting 3 times a day. No, I'm posting once. There's some people who say social media is stupid and you shouldn't be posting at all. And then there's other people who say you ain't posting enough times a day. You can't be moved by either one of them. If once a day is what you're capable of on a consistent basis, rock with it. Rock with it. And slowly but surely, watch the growth, watch the impact, and watch the influence raise up. Don't let nobody mess you up, man. You do not have to do what people expect you to do. You don't have to do what people expect you to do. And there are people who are dying because, let's talk about the other extreme. There are people who are living beyond their means to impress the Joneses. There are people who got cars they can't afford to be looked at or perceived a certain way. There are people who have bought houses that can't afford furniture so that they can be accepted in a certain crowd of people. There are people who go into debt to be perceived as wealthy. There are people who buy chains and all kinds of stuff so that a certain class of people can be like, oh yeah. And then you go home and got to eat oodles and noodles. No. Pipe down and sell all that stuff and go live in a regular house, 1 story, with a Honda Accord and grind. Don't overextend yourself so that people can think you got it. No, this is actually what I have. I have what I'm supposed to have within the means of what I can sustain. For some people, that may be not enough. For some people, that may be too much. But for either group of people, I have no concern about either group of people. Because I'm not going to live below or above who, how, where, and why I am right now. Whatever I'm supposed to do, however I'm supposed to do it, whatever I'm supposed to have, whenever I'm supposed to have it, that's what I want for myself. I'm not about to ramp up nothing to compete with a conglomerate and burn myself out. In the same way that I'm not about to lower my standards and my prices. I'm not about to do none of that. You finna kill me and you finna kill me. I can't do neither one of them. Both of y'all finna have me messed up. This one I am right here. This my lane. This one I'm finna do. I ain't finna do no more or no less than what I've been called to do. I don't want to make no more or no less money than I'm supposed to make. I don't want to make no more or no less content than I'm supposed to make. I don't want to reach no more or no less than the people I've been called to reach. My tribe is my tribe. My gift is my gift. My output is my output. My struggles are my struggles. My insecurities are my insecurities. I don't want nobody else struggles. I don't want nobody else insecurities. I don't want nobody else income. I don't want nobody else mind. I don't want nobody else nothing. I'm going to learn. I'm going to apply knowledge. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to use wisdom. I'm going to be integral. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to research. I'm going to pray. And I'm going to live the life that God has given me. And I'm not going to do what nobody expects, whether it's on the high scale or the low scale. I'm not going to do what people expect. It is okay to not do what people expect. It is okay to go to the community college, even though all your family went to the university. It's okay. It's okay to go to trade school instead of spending a bunch of money at a college and then be in debt. It's okay to start a brand on social media instead of going to the HBCU like your sister and brother did. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to not pledge the same as your brother. My big brother pledged so-and-so, so I got to pledge. No, you don't. You don't have to do that. Some family traditions are generational curses. What some people call traditions is really curses. So y'all gotta be careful. We gotta be careful, man. We gotta be careful because some of these traditions are generational curses. Some of these family traditions are generational curses. They are. Just because mama and them did it don't mean you should do it. It don't. It does not mean that. It does not mean that. You don't have to do what people expect, guys. That is the message. That is the message. Not on the low, not on the high scale, not on the, what is it? Yeah, not on the high scale, let me get my hands right, and not on the low scale. There are people who are going to expect you to go above and beyond where you are, and there are people who are going to expect you to stoop beneath and below where you are. You got to close your ears on both of them people. You got to ignore both sets of people. You got to ignore both sets of people. Do not live beyond or beneath your means or your potential or your ability on no day for nobody to feel comfortable, to be in no in crowd, to be accepted by no group of people or no one person. Don't do it. Don't rob yourself of the fulfillment and enjoyment and peace of life because you are living beneath or beyond your means, emotionally, physically, professionally, personally. Do not do anything above or beneath who, how, where you are right now. You do not have to do what they expect. I love y'all. I thank y'all for watching. As my wife will say, we are going somewhere. We don't know where we're going, but every day we show up. Same thing with this. Some people think we should be doing this. Some people think we should be doing that. I don't listen to nobody. Some people get on the phone and talk about it. Some people call me and say that they're proud of it. I can't be moved by either group of people. I just got to do what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Hate it or love it, this is what I'm doing. I love y'all. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Peace.